Hey Sung, I am very happy to be able to give you this video. I know that Tim had mentioned there's a little bit more in terms of what you wanted to learn. I'm going to give you a video tour of everything that we're going to use. Don't worry about the pitch logic baseball. I know that you were worried about having too many apps. The biggest one is evaluating your arm strength and then also making those customized changes in the RC13 remote player development platform. So listen, man, I'm excited to work with you. I'm hoping you can come here actually. Sounds like you're going to be in the United States and that we can get this thing going. Thanks for paying attention and look forward to hearing from you, brother. To present to you RC13 Sports. We're a new remote player development service. We're focused on strength and coordination. We're focused on injury prevention, improving your mechanics, and consistency on the baseball field. I've had a lot of experience, and I'm not going to go into a lot of it in terms of tech. Worked in Major League Baseball for 10 years, and I'm a researcher in biomechanics and exercise physiology. And we put a really great package together to show you how you can be monitored, how the monitoring based data is impacting the way that you're being trained, so that you have a little bit more customization in your experience, and how this is all based on a motion analysis based concept for baseball because you need something different than just a generalized strength program. So excited for you, excited for your attention, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.
One of the key features of RC13 Sports is the utilization of the armcare.com platform. And what happens is that the player tests their throwing arm anywhere in the world. And we have analysts that go in and look at the data. This is just an example from one player where we're able to see the trends over time, how the athlete is increasing strength. This is percent body weight. So, this athlete is 210 pounds and they have over 300 pounds of arm force. And this is expressed over 140% of their body weight. So what we do is we look through the data, and it's nice because this player has very limited alerts, but we look at all the strength measures and find out which ones are underperforming, fix those. We look at the shoulder balance score and make sure that the composition of training isn't competing with what we want to do to change the shoulder strength ratios. We also look at the recovery of the arm. How is it recovering test to test? You can see that this athlete, lost more than 10 pounds across all these muscles. And this would have been a day where we would have lowered workload and we would have been changing some of the training components to allow the arm to have a little more recovery. We also look at their strength velocity ratio. So that's the total arm strength, okay, per in pounds over the miles per hour. So we get this expression of pounds per miles per hour. That's called the strength velocity ratio. And we look and see, is the athlete gaining strength as they gain velocity? We also look at the fatigue of the throwing arm. So after pitching or high intensity throwing days, we want to look and see is overall and each individual muscle, how are they fatiguing? For example, this athlete on this particular day had fatigue for their grip. And so we would be making an adjustment in the training program and also for the next approach in how we recover the arm for the throwing program in that day for this player so that we do not overtax muscles. Okay, now when we monitor arm care data, we then go over to the training programs. This is the dashboard that we use to program athletes in. We do check-ins where there's a few important questions that we raise here. The first thing we want to do is measure the body weight going into training, lean mass loss, dehydration. Those are all pretty critical elements that we have to cover in keeping the player healthy. And we do run report checks on this particular element as well, just making sure the athlete is gaining lean mass and is a good condition. We do have important questions. How was your sleep last night, and how was your throwing arm feel today? How does your body feel? We can put that in just about any language that you're the athlete's from. So when it gets to the arm care part, we do our testing on high intensity throwing days. So whether the player's on a mound or they have a hard pull down day, especially for position players have a hard throwing day, we do want to get the arm care test happening so that we can review the data. There's an activation routine in there that we have it all mapped out with instructions and video, and we also add our additionals. Some players, like this two-way player, they have a batting practice option, and then there's recovery work. So this is on a Saturday that we have for the throwing arm. We also integrate things like arm biking to increase circulation. But the training formats, they can be up to 6 days a week. Sundays are mostly our recovery day, where we're looking at lots of trigger point, foam rolling. We want to keep the athlete in the best soft tissue condition we can. This particular program has a total body workout that we integrate. We also have some other routines where we integrate speed, agility, and quickness training. A lot of players who have their own customized program, they have some differences. Some have a strength and coordination based routine. And then as we progress, so this was getting towards the end of the fall season, we get into something that's a little bit more concentrated and more traditional, where we're lifting a little bit at a higher level. And gaining as much strength as possible. There's a lot of opportunity to move things around and make it more customized for the training approach.